From the Bhagavad Gita and Viktor Frankl's book, The Search for Meaning by Man, the similarities that I can draw are this: that there is not good deed or bad deed as such, there are only selfish and selfless deeds. And when I look into my past, I can only see selfish deeds. A life full of egocentrism and self promotion at the expense of others. The relationship that I had with myself was under a lot of strain, since the amount of effort that was being put into my being had resulted in suboptimal outcome, and the outcome was being measured in the amount of money I could earn and not the quality of person I had become. I think they were suboptimal. I can see that there was one thing which was at par, and that was the selfish nature of my character. I have broken laws, indulged in impulses and instant pleasures, and satisfied my senses. In Gita, he says that the person who does not indulge in the satisfaction of senses much becomes truly happy. Same goes in logotherapy by Viktor Frankl, where taking responsibility, keeping yourself busy in giving and not taking, giving others in the form of service, enriches your character, and even in the harshest of times, you get a will to persevere if there is a meaning to your life. I think I have been searching for meaning in the wrongest of places, people, and things in the past when the answer was right in front of me. Consciously, I used to believe that I could be king and would show others the path to a good life. But when the unconscious revealed me to myself, I saw that I used to firmly believe that I could become God, rather, I was God. But my conscious self was far from the truth when it was presented to me by the mirrors around me. If I believed that I was God, then how could I find God? I think the path lied in meditation and the answer in finding myself. I detested the sound of the word meditation earlier, as it was tied very closely with God or being spiritual, and I think the level of devotion or conditioning I had since childhood, I grew up detesting the mere idea of God. Instead of being an entity which was to be loved, I had started feeling like an entity which had to be pleased, and along came the grandiose fear or the if statement and the social pressure to fall in line like the rest or face judgment. Gradually, my perspective and notions about meditation started changing when I started reading and had come out of smoke. Rather, the smoke had come out of my lungs. Slowly, meditation became a gym for the mind. This gym I could take along with me wherever I went. I just had to find a quiet place and close my eyes. I can closely relate to meditating as doing a lat pull down. If you are a gym freak, you will know what a lat pull down is. If you are not one, you are sure to be sent to one once you start. Now basically there's you sitting on the gym bench. Your breath is at the bar that you are holding in your hands and the weights are your mind. And it's a simple exercise that you are going to do. You are going to take the breath as an anchor and use it to pull the bar down. The weight of the mind will keep pulling it back. When this happens, you focus on the breath and bring it back. You will find that after some time, you are again lost in thought. It is natural to have drifted in thought and happens to even expert people who practice meditation. When this happens, take in a deep breath. Try to feel the air moving in your nostrils and feeling in your lungs. Feel the coolness of this air around your nostrils and your lungs expanding. Notice the pause before you breathe out. Try to feel the falling sensation of your chest and your lungs get empty and ready for the influx of fresh cool air. Now the mind is a very naughty thing, which will be erratic in the first couple of months of practice. At first it will be totally out of your grasp, You will not be able to pull it back. It will keep running in all sorts of directions and you will have a hard time bringing it back to its original position. But as you keep practicing, it gets easier. Now, yes, the weight of the mind keeps on growing as you age. So, the sooner you start, the lighter weight you are going to have to pull. Slowly, you will realize that you now have greater control over the position of the weights, and now some things are changing. When distractions like mobile notifications or urges or pleasures or impulses try to pull your mind away, you will be quick to bring it back down. And like the gym, the strength will not be seen as bigger biceps but as a far greater control over your mind, your thoughts, and subsequently your actions. You will have greater awareness about the thought patterns and about your emotions. You will be able to tune into your emotions and keep unnecessary ruminating over past mistakes and regrets at bay. You will be able to witness the mind being dragged away by strong emotions as reactions to certain situations, and you will be able to identify these thought patterns which do you no good and step out of them, even laugh at them at times. You have to realize that the thoughts do not define who you are. Yes, they are an integral part of your identity, but there are often times when we get disturbed by the thoughts we have and start drawing a negative identity out of them. Now, there will come a time where you will become so much aware about the naughtiness of your mind that you will start noticing mental models or repetitive thought patterns, and before judging them, just let them pass instead of making them you. There will be times where you may even step out of them and question them. Noticing the observer, observing the mind is where we want to get. I think this is where growth starts, where you are casting off your old self and welcoming the new you, metamorphosizing. देव माणसांमध्ये असतो आणि देव मंदिरात पण असतो. माणसांमधला देव दिसला की मंदिराची फेरी वाचते आणि स्वतःमधला देव दिसला की आपले शरीर मंदिर होऊन जाते. प्रत्येक घराला जसा एक वास असतो तसाच प्रत्येक शरीराला देखील एक वास असतो. माणसांना वाईट सवयी असून सुद्धा माणूस चांगला असू शकतो आणि माणसाला वाईट सवयी नसून सुद्धा माणूस वाईट असू शकतो.